Hi there, my name's Vince from mymatevince.com, and in this video today we're going to be trying to fix up some useless eBay junk, the sort of stuff that nobody else would be interested in touching. So this one here is Dougal from the Magic Roundabout, a 1960s kind of wacky kids TV show. So this one here is, I believe, from 1967 from the little bit of research that I've done online, and it is made by Marks. Now I've come across Marks before in one of the eBay challenges that I did with a wind-up toy from, it was either the 50s or 60s. So let me zoom in and show you the emblem. So there we go, you can see Marks Toys in the middle there, and made in Great Britain, just written around it. So yeah, some serious age to this one. Let's pop some batteries in. Now if you have a look here, we've got little arrows for the batteries, but it doesn't say what's positive and negative. So I'm thinking that this side is negative. So let's pop it in that way. And if I go to on, it doesn't do anything. Now let's pop the batteries in the other way, just in case I've got that wrong. And it still doesn't do anything. So let's take Dougal apart and let's see if we can fix him. Now I'm not going to be able to do anything about the fact that the plastic's all gone, but that's to be expected. It is very old now, and it is just going to be a cheap toy. Now it could be that these are just a little bit tarnished through the years. Even the screws here, you can see that they're all the shine's gone for them, and everything's just become a little bit oxidized. But I want to see the inside of this anyway. Okay, here we go. Oh, we've got some remains of him in here. There we go. Oh, you never know, I might be able to do a bit of super glue or something. Yeah, you can see all the dirt on the inside here. Look at that. It's filthy. Okay, there's quite a bit of him inside there. Right, so what have we got here? What have we got here? So battery terminal, so all these look intact. Oh, this is how, isn't that nice? Look how the on and off switch works. Look how simple that is there. It's just the wires joined to this one here, and then bang, it just joins onto this yellow one here. Right, so we know it's going to be 3 volts, don't we? Because no matter which way it is, it's in series. So shall we just apply, because we've got the red one going to here and the yellow one going to here. Shall we just get the bench power supply, apply 3 volts to here, and see if this starts working? If it is, it might be just as simple as cleaning up the contacts. Right, so I've got 3 volts here. No. It wanted to work though. Interesting. I thought it made a little noise. I'm just going to up it just to about 3.3 volts. Yeah, it's not going. Yeah, you've got 2.9 volts there. And 2.9 volts there. Okay, we've got 2.9 volts there now. Right, okay. So yeah, 100% it's not working. Let's see if we can take this apart any further. Or annoyingly, it's all riveted. Can I take this apart here? No, this is plastic welded, which is irritating. So we've got a load of gears up. I wonder, does it just need freeing up? Let's give it a helping hand. Maybe it's just been seized for so long. Because we've got a load of gears up here, you see, metal gears. I don't even know why have they got this bit here. What purpose does that serve? I'm just wondering if it's got something to do with this contact here. Ah, there's something broken off here. Did it used to make a sound, I wonder? Just going to turn it on now and help it round like that. There we go. Now it's starting to free up a bit, I think. Go on, go on, go on, go, 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 go. Go on, keep going. Keep going. Right, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's put the bench power supply on it and give it a bit more power to really get it going, because these batteries are a bit weak. What's probably happened is the motor probably hasn't been using so long, and maybe the contacts have got a little bit dirty on it. So by using it, hopefully that will start to work again. Right, now it's starting to go off. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some WD-40, spray it around up here and also in here. Ideally, it'd be nice to take it apart, but you can see it's all plastic welded, so it's already probably quite brittle. And in doing that, I'm just going to ruin it. So if I can get it working without actually taking it apart, well then that would be a positive. There's just some carpet fur stuck around the wheels as well. I'll remove that while I'm here. I'll clean it all up in a bit when I've got it going good. I'm just going to swap the polarity to get it going the other way. I think part of the problem is the switch down here. Yeah, a lot of the problem is the switch. Off. So let's give it a nice clean. I also want to look at this switch here. So what I'm going to do is just well, it clips in nice. Maybe there's just a little bit of corrosion on the underside of this one. So I'm just going to get a tiny bit of sandpaper just to clean up this here and also the contacts here. Oh, we didn't notice the lights on the eyes. Let's see if the lights are lighting up. No, the lights are not working. So now the lights are not working. Let's do these wires down. So 2 wires from here. One goes to here, which is like the one from the battery. That's fine. This one goes around to here, which doesn't do anything. So do you know what it is? There should be a contact here. I wonder now, is this here in contact with? Is this the thing that makes the circuit? Is this in contact with, call it the positive? Let's have a look. So let's get the meter to continuity. And let's go on to here and here. Yes, it is. Yeah. So what needs to happen is, it needs to, originally there would have been a bit of metal coming out, hitting against this, and every time this rotated round, it would hit against the metal and make the lights flash on and off. That must be how it works. Or yeah, every time it goes round in a circle, the lights go off. Well, no, saying that, this is spinning all the time anyway, regardless of whether the wheels are going forward or to the side. So we're going to have to bodge up something here, which is going to be, might be a little bit awkward to do. Well, saying that, there is just a little bit here. Maybe I can just bend that bit over. Do you know what? This is, I'm enjoying this more than I thought I would. Can I bend this over at all? So when this spins, let's move this out of the way. Right, so now when that spins, is that going to hit it? Yes. I wonder whether that would be enough. Let's have a look. Let's put the batteries in properly. I still need to clean it up. Right, let's see now. Is that going to hit it there? Yeah, that's going to hit it there. Are the lights? Yes, they're coming on. Look. Oh, yes. Well, I'm leaving it at that. Isn't that clever? I need to do this. I think it's... I just need to give it all a good clean. Oh, I'm liking this. Right, let's get some sandpaper. So I'm just going to be cleaning up the contacts here and also the contacts for the battery. I'm going to get a wet wipe now and give everything a good clean and try to get rid of all the WD-40 and also just get rid of all this dirt and dust from all throughout the ages. Okay, now I'm going to try to glue up the bits that are broken, try to work out where they go, but everything's so fragile. It's extremely weak, but I'll do my best. I need to work out how this goes. It's going to be a bit of a jigsaw. So I've just super glued up the big bits that were hanging around, and it has actually given it a little bit of strength back. There's still tiny little bits left over, but I think I'm going to fill up these holes with some car body filler. Because it's, I've got a feeling when we fill it up, maybe I can then paint it. I'm not going to get an exact match, and it's obviously going to be a repair, but I'm still thinking it will look better than having a massive, big, gaping hole. But not just that, it will give it a bit more strength, because now we've got a big hole, it's weakened everything up. It's like, it's strong. The only reason this is strong is because it's together. As soon as you have a broken bit, it just honestly, if I was to just do that hard there now, that would just go straight in. So this is kind of like, you know, those masks you used to get when you were a child, you know, just a mask that you used to have a bit of elastic around the back and used to put on. That kind of brittle plastic. This is very thin plastic here. So by putting a bit of body filler in here and here, I think it might give it a little bit more strength. I'm wondering if these bits have gone, because if it's travelling forward and it hits into things, maybe these are the weakest bits. These are the bits to crack. Right, so that's it all on there now. I know it looks a mess right now, but the good thing is, because he's hairy, then a lot of the grooves and stuff, I've got a feeling it's going to hide quite a lot of the damage. I'm hoping anyway, fingers crossed. So I'm going to let that go off, and then once it's dry, I need to sand it down. So that's gone nice and hard now. It doesn't take long at all. And it really has added to the strength of it. So I'm going to start sanding and hopefully get it into some kind of shape. And I'm just scraping with the screwdriver just to try and get some grooves back into it. So you can see I've nearly done that side now, and I think if I can get a paint to match, it will look, I think that will actually look okay, and it's much stronger than it was. So I'm going to continue with this now, do the other side, and then we'll have to do a little bit of painting. Oh, look at this. This was the first one I pulled out. It's called yellow ochre. It's a word I've never used before. And now look. That's not too bad. I know it's a slightly different colour, but maybe I can just brush it with a lighter yellow afterwards. Now obviously this goes without saying, this would never be suitable for a child, because obviously I've put body filler all over it, and the paint I'm using is probably not going to be suitable. But saying that, remember, it wasn't suitable for a child beforehand, because they could have just pulled off all the plastic bits and choked on them. So while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm just going to put this back together. So it's still drying. I think I'm going to touch up his nose as well, because you can see it's got this big line going through it. So here he is, Mr. Dougal, and it looks okay at best. But you need to remember what it looked like before, with the huge gaping holes in it. So I can't get the paint to match up. I could paint it all and then it would actually look pretty good, because if you look, the lines and stuff don't look too bad. It's just that I don't want to paint it all, because this is how it was originally. I just wanted to kind of make that bit blend in, which it hasn't really blended in. But if you look at it from a bit of a distance, or when it's whizzing around the floor, it's definitely going to look better now like that, rather than have huge massive holes in it. So let's pop the batteries in, put them on the kitchen floor, and actually see if he works and what does he actually do. Okay, so let's turn them on. Off he goes. Oh, the lights are going. Now, will he turn, or only when he hits something does he turn? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, so he goes around, he keeps going straight until he hits something, and then basically turns. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, I like that. And that's why he's all bashed up at the front. He's just going to be stuck there now, isn't he? Oh, we reverse this? What? Well, it's the toy that keeps on giving. I didn't think it would be this good. I'm going to make him go over this way, otherwise he's just going to go back over there. No, he wants to go over there. Let's see if he's going to make it out this time. Wow. And also that's why the nose was bashed up. That's nice. The lights though, that's nice. So basically it looks like he only goes forward for so long before he goes into reverse. No, every time I say something you'll do the opposite. So there we have him, Mr. Dougal. I tell you what, I'm pleasantly surprised with this toy here. Yeah, it's got a bit of character. I like it. Right, let's move on to the next one. So next up we have a Cocoa Pops badge that I presume should light up. And it looks like we got a little piezo speaker here, so it looks like it should make some noise as well. Now the listing just said something about not working, or batteries not working, something like that. So let's try and take this apart. Now I'm thinking I'm going to have to uncrimp it. Well, saying that, we have got a little thing here. Now while I'm trying to get into this, let's give a shout out to the My Mate Vince Massive. Oh, look at that, that's going to pop open there. And this month that consists of Saturnine Cinema, Operational 117, kitdigital.com, Kip Hakes, Max Rokotansky, Having Fun Repairs, Ellensburg Amplifier Repair and Service, Will Michaelis, Stephen Kilgore, Chris Seal, the My Mate Vince Fan Club, and Brian Bomarito. What an amazing name, Bomarito. Love that surname. So, yeah, massive thanks to the My Mate Vince Massive and everybody that supports these videos on Patreon. Right, well, hold on a minute. Oh, there's two little batteries here. Maybe it is as simple as the batteries have gone flat. Let's pop these batteries out. We also have a little blob chip here. You know, a chip covered in this epoxy stuff. So I've got a feeling that this is going to play the theme tune, which, from memory, is that it always turns the milk chocolatey. Now, I wonder if Cocoa Pops exist in America. Or is it just a UK thing? Kellogg's is American, I think, isn't it? Well, it used to be, I think. Right, so the batteries here are AG3. Hopefully I have some of them somewhere. This actually looks like it was made to come apart. I thought this would be all sealed. Right, let's measure these batteries. So they should be 1.5 volts. Going on to DC. Nothing. And nothing, 1.4. Let's pop two new batteries in. And I'm just going to fold those bits over there. Right, let's see now if it's going to do anything. Here we go. I'm not sure if I recognise that. Oh, I'd rather have a bowl of Cocoa Pops. Thought the lights would be brighter. Mind you, there's no capacitors or anything in here to replace, is there? There's a little bit of corrosion just in here. Just here, can you see it? You can see the bits that I've scraped off already. Let's pop the other one out. That one looks okay. I'm just going to get a little bit of IPA and just wash out that tiny bit of corrosion on this one here, and I'll just do that one as well. This is 99.9% alcohol. Right, let's see if that's any stronger. There we go, look at that now. Oh yes, that's it. Right, let's pop this back in. So there we have it, the Cocoa Pops badge is done. And this is going to be the last item of this video. And it is a little jukebox, but I believe it's an old one. Juke Pet. So look at that, we've got 2 little records with it. Right, let's oh, it does look quite old, doesn't it? Right, okay, let's open it up. Oh, this is where you put your record. Oh, and the belt's there. You can actually see the belt, so it's not a belt issue. Right, let's put. Well, that's not very nice. Look, you just. Oh, that's horrible. You just bend the plastic. So I presume. Mind you, I suppose when the battery's in, it stays in for a long time. Yeah, you're supposed to screw that back on. Right, so let's pop a record in. Close it, lock it, and now we have to get a coin because this is a money bank. Okay, let's see if it does anything. No. Doesn't do anything. Right, let's take it apart and see what's going on. Let me just see what these are for here in case it's just a setting thing. Oh, receptacle for holding coins. So what on earth do you do here? If record plays too fast or slow, you can change speed from 25 to 35 by taking battery out and slide knob A to the... Oh, there's a little slide knob here. There. Wow. I'm more intrigued about what's going on here. So do you have to put it to the top? Yes, you do. Oh, that's kind of nice, isn't it? So look, if you put it here, it locks it in place. You have to put it so that the arrow just points at the top here to number 1. That's quite clever. Then you can take your money out. I think it might be just a contact issue with the switch where you put the money in. Because where you put the money in here, it must make it turn on via here. So when we put money in, what does it do? Let's have a look. When we put it in here, it moves that back against what? Against something here. Right, so that's not really doing much at all, is it? How does that make it work? So it presses this in the middle here, doesn't it? So it pushes the speakers up. Does it just release the needle? Looks a little bit tarnished here. Could it just be that? Oh look, that closes there, so that kind of turns it on when you put the... You have to do that to make it work. I wonder when we do that whether there's continuity between here and here. Maybe it's a bad switch here, because you see this big thing here presses these 2 together. Let's see if we've got continuity here. No. And then that goes down to the motor here, you see. So that puts power from, look, that puts power from the battery. Can you see this wire goes down to here? And then from here, it attaches to this little piece of metal. This touches this piece of metal here, which attaches to this contact, which goes round here to the battery here. So if we put the battery in, we're not going to have voltage here. Yeah, you can really see how it's tarnished there. Look at the black in the middle of it. Well, let's see if we've got continuity now. So here and here. Right, so we have it to there. Pop the battery in because we've definitely got continuity there now. But I don't understand how this is working. Right, okay, still nothing. We will get there. It will just take a while. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1.5 volts straight into the motor, just to make sure the motor is actually working. Right, let's see if it starts spinning. No. So it looks like the motor might be seized. Yeah, motor's not doing anything. Oh, see there? It went a tiny little bit there. So let's just keep doing that and try to free it up. There we go. It's amazing how when things are not used, how they fail. So in here, the brushes have probably just got dirty from, or tarnished from where they've been on the part of the motor. And now that I've moved it a bit, they've probably gone onto a nice clean bit of copper. And now it's starting to go. Doesn't sound great though. Sounds nice that way. And it is spinning up here now because there's a little rubber belt there. And if you have a look here, you can just barely see it spinning. Just in here. Right, let's get a little bit of WD-40 in there. I'm only putting a tiny bit because I don't want it to go all over the record. Or the belt or anything. Oh, listen to that. Oh, that's not bad. Listen to that now. So from not working to making a racket to nice and smooth both ways. Okay. Let's now see what happens when we just roughly put it back together, and then I can work out how this works afterwards. Oh, I can see the little needle here. Ah, so this is the needle here. Yeah, this is very similar to a pull string toy, and then basically this bit here is then going to put pressure. Hold on a minute. Needle, oh yeah, the needle moves against this here. This is just like a pull string toy. So the needle vibrates against this cone here, and that's what produces the sound. So look, you see my finger? That's the needle there, and pushing up and down, making tiny vibrations against this, which presses against this and creates the sound. Still don't think it's going to work. Oh. Hold on. Huh? What is that doing? Oh, I think it just resets the needle back to the top. So look at this arm just here. When I put the coin in, it resets it back to the top because it lifts this away from it to allow the arm to spring back to the top position. So I presume the thing that makes this stop is just when it goes into the middle. Obviously, it's still faulty. Either that or maybe my batteries are too weak. See what we'll do. That's better, but it's still weak. I just want to see what happens when it goes to the end. I'll fast forward through this horrible noise. There we go. Yeah, so the needle goes to the middle and it just stops working. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Obviously, I think it goes down, it must break a contact. And then when we put this in, it springs the needle back to the top and it will start playing again. Yeah, you know what, I think that sounds nearly normal. Right, let's take that one out. Now, let's see. I love it when something makes sense. So when this happens here, you can see what happens there. It lifts up there. So at the end of play, this needle is all the way down here. Like, does it need to have? I suppose it needs to have the record in it, maybe, in order to stay at the bottom. Yeah, maybe it needs the record in to pull the needle down. But anyway, look, that's what happens. When the needle goes down, look, it moves that there and it disconnects it from here. So you know it was tarnished here, so the voltage wasn't going through. Well, now the voltage is going through and it goes through this arm to the motor. But when we, through this bit here, through the wire to the motor. But when we pull down the needle, watch, it breaks that bit of metal there from here. Let me zoom in. Yeah, so voltage comes down from the battery into here. We've now cleaned this so it travels through to here when this is closed, yeah? You can see there, when it's closed at the back. So when it's open, it's broken. There's no contact there. But when we close it, look, it joins together. So when it's closed, that joins together, and you can see that's in contact with here. That then goes down through the wire to the motor. But when this goes down, the needle, so it plays the record, gets to the inside of the record, and stops it there. Yeah, so it can no longer go down to the motor. So I fully understand that now. All we have to do is get this motor working nicer, and then this will work again. So let's take this apart and give it a good clean on the inside, because I think this motor is always going to struggle. It's nice to see something that looks like the pull string toys, you know, those the Andy Pandy and the Womble and stuff that I did, and Rupert. Here we go. Right, actually that looks remarkably clean there. Looks pretty good, I think. Tiny bit of black, but not much. Remember, it wasn't working at all to begin with. Might be more here. Yeah, this has got quite a few black bits on it. There's little bits here. I reckon you have to hook them onto here until you're ready to spring them on. Like that. Because otherwise, why would you have those little bits here? So now let's load it on here. Hold on, we might even be able to... Yeah, do you know what? I bet you there's a hole in here that we can just tap. I wonder if that's it. I can't actually see. If not, I'll have to look through an eye loop. I bet you that's it. Yay, there we go. So that's it, the motor's running nice and smooth now because we've cleaned up the brushes, and as well we cleaned up the tarnish on that little switch that you've seen earlier in the video. So now this should be working fine. I just need to play around with a little speed control to try to get it to sound a bit normal, but this thing will never sound normal. I listened to it on a video on YouTube and it sounds pretty bad, but it's a toy, and you've got to remember it's just a motor with an elastic band and a little needle onto a plastic cone. It's never exactly going to be amazing sound, is it? Weirdly, it sounds like something from a horror movie. I was thinking it sounded a bit creepy, and I showed it to my son saying, you know, this is how the pull string toys work, but instead of a motor, you actually do the pull string toys by pulling a cord to give it energy. And he said, Dad, it sounds like something from a horror film, and it really does. All 4 records sound creepy, which is kind of strange. But I'm going to now just show you the interesting part of the speed controller, because it kind of confused me how it worked, but then I got my head around it, and it's quite clever. This whole toy on the inside, in my opinion, is pretty clever. So let me show you that now. If you look in the instructions, it says speed. If record plays too fast or too slow, you can change speed from 25 something to 35 something by taking battery out. Will that be revolutions per minute? And sliding a knob to left for fast and to the right for slow. So that would be from the back here. Oh, no, I do understand it. Look, this isn't joined to here. This wire here is joined to the bottom one, which goes, so if I was to take this out, this wire wouldn't be joined to here. It goes from here, through here, through here, and through here. And this is a very thin wire, so it's changing resistance is what it's doing. So now if I was just to go to ohms, oh, I fully understand this now. So now if we go between this point here and here, we will have, watch. Right, so 2.33 ohms. Now, when we move it here, we're going to have it even less than that, aren't we? It's going to be like 1 point something. There you go, 1.64. And if we move it all the way over here, it's going to be maybe like 2.8 or maybe 3. There you go, 2.7. So it moves along. Oh, I fully get that now. I fully get that now. Okay, I thought that was joined to there, but it wasn't. Interesting. So it's just changing the resistance, which is going to change the voltage to the... I can't do it. Going to change the voltage to the motor. Yeah, so now all the way over. Oh, it's a good little toy. Well, it's not a good toy, but I mean, it's interesting, the thought process behind it, isn't it? Right, okay, so now I should be able to get the perfect speed by just adjusting this. So, yeah, let me play around with it, and then I'll show you it working at the end of the video. Right, so here they are all finished, and this one here is now working fine. You can see I've still got adjustment on here. I can go all the way over there or all the way back there, but it sounds quicker than it did. Out of all of them, the thing that I've enjoyed the most is Dougal over here, but I think as far as the insides being interesting is this one here. When I first of all took it apart, I didn't have a clue what was going on, and now I fully understand it. So it just shows you, yes, they're all useless junk, but yet the insides of them are interesting, in my opinion anyway, and hopefully it's made for an interesting video. Now, Dougal over here, what I like about him is there's no sensors or anything. It's just random what he does, and that's what's nice. Well, not so much random. He hits a wall and then he does left, but every now and then he will reverse as well, and that's what's nice about it, because it's unpredictable. So I can imagine in the late 60s, early 70s, a young child would have liked this whizzing around the floor. I've liked them all. Even this one is in its own right a bit of a novelty. Yeah, so let me show you this one working now. It's still not perfect. I could probably speed it up or slow it down a little bit, but you'll hear it's a lot quicker than before. The problem is you can't turn it off once it starts going. You've got to let it do the whole record. There we go, and it stops. So it's not using any battery energy right now until you do that, and then it will kick in all over again. So yeah, really, really clever on the inside, but this by far is my favorite, and I'm really pleased with how the repairs come out. He looks good. Everything about this thing I like here, even the on and off switch. Look at those eyes. And now let's set him off. Oh, he's going this way. So that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up, and please subscribe for more Trying to Fix videos. Take care.